Welcome back, episode 20 of the 167 podcast. We've got one of our fellow Teds out this week in Munster, but we've brought in a replacement, old Todd Lowrie. Welcome in, Toddy. Here we go.
He's a yobbo. Aren't you a yobbo?
Teddy, yobbo. Original yobbo. Original yobbo. The leopard can't change its spots, as they say, so still happy to be yobbo. I'd say you're a Ted now, Toddy, and there's a few chats going around, especially Hinchy. He's tossing up that... definitely used to be a staunch yobbo, but now Ted. But you're sticking with your yobbo.
Definitely yobbo deep down. Yobbo at heart, but there's no shame in trying to get better, perhaps. So hopefully over the last few years I've grown a little bit. And
I think you're definitely a Ted now, Toddy.
Yobbo at heart, bro. Yobbo at heart.
I was actually going to wear my yobbo's doozy t-shirt.
Nah, don't.
Come with no teeth.
Yeah. Molly wears that to bed and I got to look at it every night.
You have to look.
It's huge. I don't know why she loves it. I don't know why, but
you're probably wondering what we're chewing during this podcast. Toddy's lovely wife, Sal, has cooked up these Snickers bars. Very healthy though, aren't they?
Yeah, very.
Yeah, all whole foods, no sugar or gluten or dairy or anything in them. She's got a...
How does it taste so nice when it's got...
When it's just air?
Yeah, when it's just got no bad things in it. I don't understand.
Yeah, she's done a great job. She's got a... I used to have a little business making them, not cooking them. They're all raw, so making them and selling them in Newcastle when we lived back there. She's actually written a book which has got all the recipes in there. Healthy Nourished Soul, it's called. But all whole foods, free from everything that you could imagine that might be bad for you, but except taste. They're
beautiful.
Taste delicious.
That's the Snickers one that we just had. I just smashed mine. Sorry,
You can take the potty from here. I'm going to finish this.
I legit destroyed it, but tastes exactly like Snickers. So that's the Snickers one, and it legit tastes like a Snickers. So that's how nice they taste, and it's good for you.
I'll pass on. Yeah,
Does
good
she
for
still
you.
sell them on?
No, it doesn't sell. No, she put the book out and stopped selling. But it's rude to turn up empty-handed, so I knew.
We appreciate that.
And I didn't want to bring any wine in, so I bought some treats, boys.
Dave is awfully jealous behind the screen there. Actually, I'm going to click that off in a sec so we can see her. But
we can't see her.
Toddy fresh from a lunch, I see. With the feeder boys?
Yeah, took the feeder boys out for lunch. So the feeder boys we have 3 feeder clubs, Falcons and Tigers up in Queensland, North Sydney Bears in Sydney. So just the guys that are regularly flying up and back from Queensland or Sydney, just showed them a bit of love and took them out for lunch today. Asked for a little bit of feedback on how their experience is so far this year, but probably more than anything, just to show them a bit of love, mate. And we do love them and we care about them, and they offer a lot for our group and you boys. So they always appreciate a free feed.
People are probably thinking, Todd Lowrie coach, but you also played over 200 NRL games, so let's not disgrace that. Obviously you moved into a coaching role now and you're at the Storm, and do you want to just explain what you're doing at the Storm? It is sort of feeder and development style, but I'm sure you're better at explaining it than I am.
Do both. I mean, I guess officially the leadership and development coach. So I guess my main role is looking after the development guys, which I suppose the guys that don't make the 17 every week, and the ones that go up to either Sydney or Queensland and do their reviews and stuff with them post game, and then preview the opposition team, the NRL, who you guys are versing this week. So this week will be the Cowboys, and then get those guys to train like the Cowboys. So do that, and then from a leadership point of view, I sort of manage you boys, you bunch, and try and keep yous in track weekly, and that's always fun. So both ends of the spectrum. Sort of look after you guys as the leaders, and then look after our development guys that are coming through, and will be our next Ryan Pappenhausen and Jerome Hughes.
I think we'll touch more on. We've got plenty of questions at the end, so we won't go too much into it. But quick one, was coaching always something you wanted to go into?
No, not at all. No, funnily enough, I actually had no interest in coaching at all. I wanted to completely get out of footy when I finished, and I fell into it. I signed to play a year in Newcastle after I left the Broncos. I signed to play one more year in Newcastle, and I went back there, and they just signed Nathan Brown as their new coach, and he was going to undergo a rebuild, and he got me in one time, and I'd prepared myself. I was at the end of my career, and I'd prepared myself to say all the right things, and I was meeting the new coach and telling him how hard I'd been training in the off season and lie to his face. But I'd prepared myself, and then I got in there and we had a good chat. And he literally said to me, "Look, I've asked around, and I've heard you're a decent guy and stuff. So I'm happy for you to play, but I'm just letting you know that I'm gonna pick all young blokes this year where I can. So I don't know if you'll play much first grade, because if there's a choice, I'm going to pick the young guys." And so I sort of thought about it, and then he said, "But I'm actually looking for an under-20 NYC coach, the National Youth Competition coach at the time." He said, "I've heard you're reasonably smart with your footy. Would you be interested?" And so I sort of went away and was trying to work out what the messages he was trying to tell me without actually telling me that, and asked a few people I trust on their opinions. And I guess when I thought about it long and hard, I thought that, I had enough playing. As I said, I'd played for, I think I was 13 years full time by then, and I'd probably had enough. So gave me a chance to go and have a look at doing something else. And I think he got his opportunity the same sort of way. He said, "Look, why don't you just try this? If you're not going to get re-signed, so why don't you just try it? If it's something you enjoy, who knows, you might start a career. And if it's something you don't like, go and do what you're going to do anyway."
It sounds so similar to Belzer, right? Is it Belzer? Belzer was the same, eh?
Yeah, he sort of. What did he say? He
told him.
Yeah, you're like, you can be the coach of
did he?
reserve grade. Reserve grade. Yeah.
So very similar.
Yeah.
So maybe you're
how old were you?
Oh, mate, next Belzer. I would have been 32, 33, something like that. Yeah. 30, I think 32, 33. So when I sat back and really thought about it, I'd had enough. I was done. So I was probably, I thought I still had something to offer, particularly because Newcastle was my junior club. And I feel that, I probably didn't give my best as a player there as a young guy. So I really felt that I'd been away for a long time. I had a lot of experience that I could go back and try and help the club through a difficult period. But then when that opportunity came in a different way, so instead of playing, I could go and do it from a coaching point of view, and I could let Jeremy Smith make 60 tackles every week and not be me. I chose to try and go down a different path, and fell in love with coaching nearly straight away, and liked having an impact on young guys' lives, and not just on the footy field but also off the field, and trying to, I guess, help them and teach them some lessons, hopefully, that I might have missed over when I was a bit younger. And
that was my next question. How'd that philosophy come about? Because you're very stoic. We've had a few chats, and you're like your own holiday and you're daily stoic. And
I
do you feel like your philosophy from that's come from your experience playing, or I guess in your coaching career so far, it's just changed every year or developed throughout that way?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both, perhaps, I reckon. I think as I've gotten older and a bit more mature, hopefully, I've grown up a little bit and started to look at life. I've obviously got 2 kids now, Sonny and Lani, boy and a girl, and they're now 14 and nearly 13, and we're all growing up. So I guess I've sort of tried to look at life reflectingly a little bit more. And, I've certainly seen a lot of mistakes that I made when I was younger. And, I don't know. I don't know how I really got into our stoic stuff, Pat. I was sort of tipped into it a little bit, but, and told by somebody that, someone that I trust, that this is very me, and I hadn't really heard of them. So I sort of started researching and, dived into a rabbit hole, and, a whole lot of Ryan Holiday and stoic philosophies and this sort of stuff, and basically just how to be the best person I can be. So hopefully I live that.
Love that. And one quick one before we jump into our primer. I'm sure GA sent a message in before, but you're the coach who dropped him from his 20s side back at Newcastle.
Yeah, true story. It is.
Give some dirt on him. Like, what was he like as a player back then? Because he came on here and roasted everyone.
NYC, didn't he?
Did he tell that story?
Was that it?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the story, actually. It actually took him a while to bring it up, Gio. I think we might have been having a few beers one time when he finally brought it up. But a little bit of that. I sort of, when I was at the 20s, it was tough going. It was hard, and I kind of told the group that, hey, look, we talk about making sacrifices and this sounds a bit harsh, I guess, but we talk about making sacrifices to be where you boys are. And no, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't prepared to make them. We're prepared to talk about it, but we're not prepared to make them. So anyway, I think it was my first or second year, but it was, look, the rest of the boys are going to be here training hard. If you decide to go to schoolies for 2 weeks, that's fine, but you're obviously prioritising that over your teammates and your NRL career. So if you want to go and have 2 weeks on the Gold Coast and do what you do, which is fine, but you're obviously not quite ready to knuckle down into footy. So, GA was one of the ones that decided to.
He said, fuck it, I'm going to schoolies.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you, I'm going to schoolies. So he did, which was great. But something that, he admitted to me when we had a few beers one day was that he said, you know what, he said, as much as I hated you at the time for it, he said, it actually really made me evaluate what I want in life. And, it really made me more hungry to have a crack at having an NRL career. And, that he did, and went the long way around by going up to Queensland and doing a few different things, but actually, really had a crack at it. And look where he's now, and he's done. Not that I take any credit for that whatsoever. I'm just saying I don't take any credit for that whatsoever. But he certainly has admitted that it made him sort of evaluate what was important in his life. So hopefully I had some impact on
lesson learned.
And do hindsight, It's a beautiful thing, but taught him a lesson. All right, let's get into our primer. We do this every week, Toddy. We just have a bit of a icebreaker sort of vibe thing. And this week's one, Munster usually does it, so he comes.
Yeah. He comes up with some crazy stuff.
Can I just say that probably the biggest reason why I agreed to come in because I found out that Munster wasn't going to be here. So I was actually pretty nervous coming in, Paps, but the fact that Mun's not here, I'm a whole lot more comfortable.
Yeah, there's a common theme when Munster's on, and maybe if Hughesey's not here, he'll throw whoever's on that seat under the bus, and potentially me as well, which is done before. So I'd back your call on that, and you're obviously a good judge of character.
Yeah.
So, but no, all right, let's get into the primer. Primer this week, bit of a different one. I've seen a bit of a trend on the socials. You got 5 fingers, right?
Yes.
You can only have one liquid out of them for the rest of your life. So 5 different liquids. What are they going to be?
So wait, 5. Say that again. So each 5 liquids.
Yep.
And you can only have one.
No, you can one out of each finger for the rest of your life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So like a tap.
A tap.
Yeah.
Your hand's a tap.
Okay.
What are you having out of those 5?
Well, we all must agree.
I think water.
Water.
Yeah. Water's the one.
Water's one.
Coconut water for me.
Ooh. Instead of water and coconut water.
Are you allowed to have food as well or just
water? So I'm on a similar wavelength to you. I'm going sparkling water as my second.
Well, where does soup fit into that?
That's a liquid, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to have it specific though. It can't just be soup. It's got to be chicken and corn or
soup's there. Oh,
miso soup, that would go hard.
Yeah, that's not one of mine.
So let's go through. You do yours first, Hughesy. You've guaranteed you're locked in water.
Yeah, water. Red wine. So sauces and that don't count, eh? Does it? Does it?
Nah.
Yeah,
unless you're drinking sauce out the
Nah, but like to add it on fucking. So these are things that you consume on its own.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So obviously, don't forget our.
Yeah. Well, I've got to go bitter beer.
Yep.
Bitter beer's one.
Mid strength, full strength.
Oh, I'm going to go full then if it's the only thing I can have.
All right. So water, red wine,
bitter beer, full strength. I got to have a fizzy in there. What's my favorite fizzy? Coke Zero.
Okay.
Coke Zero.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something because I haven't seen this trend, but and then the last one. I'm going to go kombucha. Oh, do you got to go flavour or no?
Good choice.
Remedy.
Yeah. Go.
Remedy kombucha.
Yep.
There's a zesty lemon one.
Good choice.
Zesty lemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're my 5.
No milk?
Oh, shit, that's right. I knew I was missing something. Nah, I can go long blacks.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
I can go long blacks, I reckon. Because milk, I only have milk with coffee. I don't really have it with much else. Like, I'm not much of a cereal guy, so.
I forgot, but you won't need milk with coffee because you can't have coffee.
That's not a liquid, is it?
unless you, or
What do you mean?
unless you're beans.
Nah, yeah,
like the crushed
yeah. I'll
instant.
Yeah, I'll have instant.
instant.
Still liquid.
What instant coffee
No, you just put
in the
water
jar?
in it, and then you stir it.
Oh, so that doesn't count.
No.
Nah.
Mm.
Yeah, good thinking, Hughesy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's me. Done.
Okay. There you go. So you got water, red wine,
better beer,
Better
full
beer.
strength,
Coke Zero,
Coke Zero, and kombucha.
kombucha.
Remedy.
Interesting.
Zesty.
Mm.
Zest.
Todd, what have you got?
Water. It's going to sound very boring. Water, coconut water, sparkling water.
Holy shit. Three waters.
Yeah.
You'll be hydrated.
So we're not. So coffee, we've said.
Well, if you want actual coffee, well, because it's just beans and hot water, isn't it?
Okay, so no, take out sparkling water. I'm going to go water, coconut water, coffee, red wine, and beer.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Your
That's pretty
choice.
similar.
Better beer.
It's done this before.
Big fan.
Okay, then me. I put some thought into it, right? So
Yeah.
I'll be pretty quick here.
I reckon you got some crazy stuff.
No, it's not crazy, but it's just like it's a bit specific.
Yeah.
Water, sparkling water.
Yep.
Like fizzy water
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Chocolate milk.
Yep.
Chocolate milk's
What's your go-to
like
brand? just any
those dairy farmers at the moment.
Dairy Farmers?
Yeah.
Chalky milk? Yep.
Dairy farmers chocolate milk. Pepsi Max vanilla.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, Todd.
That does sound nice. It does sound nice.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, wow.
So there's like Coke vanilla, but Pepsi Max vanilla.
Yeah.
Better. Water,
One more.
sparkling water, chocolate milk,
Pepsi Max vanilla.
Pepsi Max vanilla.
And last
What
one.
was my last one? I got like a milk. I got a fizzy. I got a water.
Alcoholic bevy?
Yeah, actually, I'll go alcohol beverage, and it's gonna be. I was gonna say just like vodka, because then I could just do like
Vodka water.
vodka water with
Vodka
like
Coke.
a lemon. No, it was sparkling. No, it was sparkling.
Yeah,
water.
true. Yeah. It's like vodka lime soda sort
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Maybe some sort of vodka.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, not drinking this year though, so it's
Yeah.
getting
So it's,
handy.
yeah. But that's for your rest of your life, so you're going to have to eventually.
I'm trying to think what's in my fridge at the moment. Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I don't mind
I'll
that.
be locking that
I don't
in.
mind that. Yeah, lock it in.
Let us know your thoughts. 5-finger drink. Your hands are tapped. What are you getting? That's what our primer is. Actually, Dave, give us one. What do you got?
Well,
Put it on the
okay.
screen.
I reckon, water definitely. Beautiful, delicious, better beer, full strength.
Full strength, yeah.
Honestly, like miso soup's going to be one of mine.
Are you a big miso soup fan, are you?
It's just great. It's nice and warming. Like, I feel like I want a soup on there of some variety.
true,
and miso soup's just easy. Can always have it as an entree.
Yep.
What else would I? Honestly, I maybe would go Gatorade.
Yeah.
Oh, Super Boost is
then-
another one.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Forgot to plug
And
the plug.
then Chalky milk's tempting, but I might have to go with Paps as well because that brought it to my mind. I'm a big vanilla Coke guy.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
Vanilla Coke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Is
ever
that
had
5?
vanilla Coke toddy before?
No.
Vanilla Coke's good. Is it
It's
similar?
like a Coke
Pepsi
Spider.
Max?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
Coke Spider.
Mm.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, it's the same vibe.
Yeah, but it's not as like it's not milky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, interesting.
I like that
choice
one.
there, Dior.
5 finger.
Very similar.
Mm.
Discount.
5-finger liquids. There you go. All right, let's talk some footy then. We are off coming off a great win against the Sharkies.
Mm.
Todd, did you have the headset on the sideline
I did, yes.
this week?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I've seen that clip come out a few weeks ago. Have you watched that back?
No.
No,
The mic'd up one?
Yeah.
I watched a bit of it, yeah.
Which
It's
one?
good.
they mic'd you up on the sideline.
Oh, me.
Probably.
Sorry, yeah. I thought you meant
Cowboys.
from the
Was it
weekend.
Cowboys game?
Yeah, no, I did get shown that one, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I did vet it before it went in. Veto?
Oh, yeah.
No, whatever you call it. I did okay it before it went in. Just to
Oh, veto.
make- veto?
Veto's when you don't want to do.
Daniel Veto.
Yeah.
I did look at it before it went up, just to make sure I didn't say anything that I shouldn't have. But they were pretty kind to me. That was, funnily enough, if anyone has seen that was actually a very boring game on the sideline. Like, and I said to the guys when I watched, I said, "You've actually made that look half interesting." When that was actually a very boring game. We had no sin bins, we had no injuries, we had no real sort of
chaos
on the sidelines, or it can get very hectic. But that one, the boys did a really good job of that. Our Digi team, shout out. They made that look semi-interesting on what was a relatively boring game. So,
I used to love watching that sort of stuff. Like before I was playing and like seeing whether it was American sports or Australian sports, that
Mic'd
insight
up.
and
right.
just stuff you don't see. And it's like, like you said, you watch back being like,
like,
there was nothing entertaining, but
like, and like they mic up players now, but like I've never seen anyone like a sideline coach too. So it was pretty cool to like get the inside of that from me as well. So I'm sure the fans would have loved it.
Well, you all mic'd up this week for our game.
Yeah, but that's not for the fans to see. You don't want to be hearing that sort of stuff.
Very funny. A few training clips today, which is nice.
Yeah, we couldn't. All you could hear was Sue in the background. You think he was mic'd up.
Do you like? Did the game, did it cross your mind that you had it on?
Nah. I knew if I thought about that, it might stuff me around a bit. You know what I mean? Like thinking, I got a mic on, I got to say the right things or whatever. So I just try to. As soon as I put it on, I forgot about it straight away, to be honest.
Wow.
So,
Well, can you give us a bit of an insight, Hughesy? A lot of people are asking, what did you say after you put Ellie through that gap and then you turned around and said something to someone?
What did I say?
For the first try.
You're pointing at someone.
Oh, yeah. Well, Trindle was into Sewer a little bit, a couple plays before, so I was just saying, Sewer, get your get back on him after we sort of went through that area. So I might have to listen to the mic'd up bit where I was saying something, but it was just like, Sewer, go get back at him, because he was into Sewer on the ground a couple plays before, so nothing too harsh.
Tell you what the standout of the mic was when Sewer took the intercept. We're like watching the replay of it. And as soon as he took the intercept, like the crowd,
it's
fucking so loud.
So loud, yeah. Even like when, say, someone scored, I think Means scored. It was so loud, right. Bro. You could hear it. It was like real. Like, it doesn't seem that loud when you're out there, but
I guess
know. Sometimes it does. Actually.
Sometimes the crowd's louder than others. Yeah. We made the point on the bench on the weekend. We made a comment that, geez, the crowd sounds loud today. I don't know why or what, but the crowd were very vocal on the weekend. It was great.
Probably a bit of feeling from a few weeks before. They're all in Melbourne waiting for their revenge, and they got it. So no, it was a good game. I thought. We played well. There are definitely parts you still could have ironed out, which we reviewed today, but there definitely wasn't expecting it to go that way.
It was a good arm wrestle. I think we've seen some stats there. It was like a 10-minute arm wrestle, which is that never really ever happens, and there was a lot of neutral. I guess, acts from both teams, and we were just going back and forth for a long time. And I think the bit of work we done, early in the game and in those arm wrestles probably helped us, I guess, put points on at the back end, as well as some freakish talent from our back rower just jumping over everyone and assisting tries. But, I think overall it was sort of a good game from us, and probably the most pleasing thing was only letting in six points, I think it was. So, and they had a few fair shots on our line, so that's definitely a positive to take away, our defense.
Toddy, coach's perspective?
Yeah, it was really good. I thought, it sort of blew out a little bit in the end, but I think that was because of the work that you guys did early. I remember talking to Craig at half time saying, I think we took a fair bit of juice out of him early in that first half. And if we stay at it, I think we'll get it in the back end, but we're going to have to earn it. It's not just going to come just because we put the work in in the first half. So it was good. We don't, you don't chase perfection, and there's always ups and downs a little bit, but I think that was one of our most polished, sort of complete performances on the weekend, and I thought he's did a great job. The Sharkies were certainly up for it. They come looking for a game. That first half was really tough for you. It's easy for me sitting there on the sideline, but he's did a fantastic job. So
it's funny how the scoreboard just dictates how that sort of the game pan. Now everyone's back in like 30-6.
It wasn't. You wouldn't think that playing
like the stuff that Fitzy's been receiving as well. It's like
I was thinking that too. Like they're
part of the game.
I don't understand the criticism that they copy. Like they're a good team, and like not that long ago when they beat us, everyone was loving them, and then they have a couple losses, and then like everyone just turns on them. It's kind of weird, and even like Nico cops the brunt of it as well, and it's just like you're like, what's going like? Why do they do that? And they're a good team. Like we felt like we won by 6 on the weekend. Like that's how it felt playing the game. Like the scoreboard probably doesn't show how tough the game really was, and it could have went either way, to be honest. And like I said, with our back row pretty much, done some freaky stuff to get us over the line. But the game was closer than the scoreboard tells, I reckon.
Yeah, and like Sewer stops a couple tries as well. I think it's an intercept on the next one. Could be 18, like 18-12. Yeah. So it's hard. He'll look at the scoreboard and reflect on what results. And I guess there's stuff during the week about having honest conversations. Like, let's be real. Most clubs, honest conversations are had every week.
Yeah.
So like, people sort of make a narrative out of it. I think they'll be right.
It's the word of the week in rugby league media at the moment. Honest conversations. There's a lot of teams.
Crisis meetings.
If you're not having honest conversations during the week, then you're doing a lot wrong.
Yeah. It's normal.
We have ours, and I'm sure they have theirs, and pretty sure every other club has them. But it's funny how they're putting that down to the performance. But no, good game, good bounce back. I think we're on a bit of a streak at the moment, which is nice, being consistent.
Yeah, especially at home. Amy.
Still we're doing his hammy, which is a little bit
that was pretty guttering for him, especially the way he's been, I guess, improving every week. We know the talent he is, but he started to do those little things really well, and those little 1%ers, but a little setback for him, and he's probably going to be missed a bit, especially his voice, like Craig said. But he's still up and about, which is a good thing. That's the good thing about him. He's a ball of energy, and I'm sure he'll be back very soon.
The worst thing was, have you seen the video of it?
With his tongue out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the spa today, and Ellie was giving him shit about it.
Sticks the tongue out.
As soon as
ankle tap.
Yeah, and then gone. Yeah, it's not nice. I'm pretty sure he just runs like that anyway. You know how I think he's done it a few times in games where, I think it was Raiders last year, he stuck the tongue out, and he obviously didn't do his hammy, but I think that's just how he likes to run. Likes to look at him, put them off with the tongue, and then try beat him with a goosey.
Which wasn't ideal. But no, Eli Katoa, massive game from him. Sort of went through it today, but everything he did in the game, he does at training during the week. So we spoke about it a few times, but it's no fluke. He puts himself in that position, and very lucky we had him on the weekend because he broke the game open, definitely. Toddy, I've got a question for you. Obviously, on the sideline watching games, and you, like I said at the start, played over 200 games. Do you still get similar feelings of momentum swings? Is it harder on the sideline watching? How do you, I guess, manage that? Because I feel like you're the voice to the box up there, and I feel like you get a lot of good comms from the players, but you've obviously played a lot of games yourself too. So is it?
Yeah, the momentum swing. Yeah, I do sit there and feel very fortunate that I don't play anymore from watching you guys. I think, the introduction of the 6 again rule and all that sort of stuff has just totally changed the way the game's played from when I played. And, we always used to just talk about, look, just if the opposition gets some momentum, just ride it out. We'll get the ball back, and then, we'll be okay. But I know you spoke about it today that could happen now, and you might not get momentum back for 15, 20 minutes, and it's ridiculous now, the momentum swings in the game. So you certainly still have a really good feel for it on the sideline. You can see when it's happening and when it's coming, even like you can just feel that the ref is about to give a penalty away, and sure enough, it happens. But I think the 6 again, the momentum swings and all that, it's just, what you guys do out there now is just incredible. And, I'll give the ruckies a rap, particularly the ruckies that can just hang in there and defend 2 or 3 sets in a row now. It's just, it's really good. It's good to watch, but there's nothing I can do about it on the sideline. So you just sit there as a fan half the time.
I feel like that'd be tough. It'd be like playing the PlayStation. You're not actually in control. But no, we've got big game Cowboys this week in Townsville.
Sorry, Paps, before we move on from that game, I got a couple of things for Hughesy here. Your bicycle kick.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
How did that get a show today.
And then you ran downfield.
Yeah, well, when I kicked it, I thought it went forward. And I was like, fuck, this could be the greatest try ever. And then I started running, and there was no ball, and I looked back, and the Sharks were going the other way. It felt good contact. Like, I felt like I smoked it. I thought it was going to go dead. That's how hard I thought I kicked it.
Actually, dude, when you kicked it, I sort of laughed, and then I looked up and saw you sprinting downfield and chasing it after.
Then she actually showed me a video of it today, and I don't know what I was doing.
Can we get a clip of that?
Yeah, we'll clip it up.
I remember seeing it, being like, what's going on here? But then I didn't see you run up.
I started running. Bro, it legit felt like I got it perfectly, and it would have went straight over my head.
I think it was a good strike, but it hit one of the Sharks players.
Yeah.
So it took a deflection.
Yeah. I thought so, because I knew I got good contact, so I must have stuffed up. But that had potential.
What could have been?
That had potential for a try of the year.
Yeah, that was good. And also your celebration with Sewer. Is there a backstory behind that?
Nah, it's just Aaron Rodgers and what's the wide receiver's name? The Jets young guy. Oh, what's his name? Is it? Oh, I don't know. One of those wide receivers. They done it. They done the handshake. He put on his Instagram. They done the handshake in preseason. We just sort of copied it. So
nice.
But I don't condone smoking.
Yeah, that was my next thing. Try July's this week.
I know we had a few messages earlier about some celebrations, but if anyone has any out there, because I have none. I'm probably not going to score in 4 weeks anyways, but
I love a post-game celebration.
Yeah, what do you got for us, Toddy?
I just think they're great. It's good theatre for the game. Probably shouldn't say that from a coaching point of view, but it's good entertainment.
Good cause goes to a good cause.
Yeah, it goes to a good cause.
Yeah, I like the
as long as they're not disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think there's been some in the past that have been a bit disrespectful to the opposition, but I think as long as it's all in good fun, play on.
I think Millie, Keeley and Liv Koenig put out the challenge to the boys.
Did they? What did they say?
Tossed up that we don't celebrate as much as the women do.
Really?
So
to be fair, that's probably true. The women, they get into it. They get full team ones at times, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if the boys would do that, but I'm sure the boys will
put the challenge out.
Yeah.
Put the challenge out. Try July.
Yep.
Biggest year yet.
Yep, I reckon. And it's just probably just reminding each other. Because I think last year, everyone just sort of forgot. Not forgot, but like when you're in the heat of the game, you don't really...
Do you have to pre-plan it?
About it?
I reckon you got to pre-plan it. Yeah. I reckon you have to have at least just one ready to go.
Then you need someone to hold you accountable to it.
Yeah.
So if you like forget in the moment, they just come over. And it needs to be like a duo act.
Yeah, just to have... Yeah, I reckon. So if anyone has any ideas...
Big fan celebration. Give us a big fan celebration.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Start, I don't know, waving the arms or something.
Like those blow-up things that you see in car yards.
We were just standing in the ground. Doing car sales things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll cook up some try celebrations then. Big month of July. So what a better way to start. Cowboys this week. Hopefully get to have a try celebration.
Yeah, it'd be good. Origin players are out, so... good time for the full squads of both teams to, I guess, show what they got. Like Toddy said, took the boys out today, and a few of them are probably going to feature this week. So,
yeah, definitely.
That's how important they are, especially in these times. And I know a few of the boys are really keen. So, for me, like it's real exciting to see young guys get a chance around this time of year, and can't wait.
What do you think about this week compared to, say, next week, where this week's the first game we've played where we can pick our team and we know who's playing because the Origin boys are out. Last two Origins we've had buys, and then next week you obviously don't know who's going to back up, who's going to play, who's not going to play. So there's a lot of innuendo through the week. How do you approach this week compared to, say, next week, for example? Is it more stable? Is it?
Yeah, I guess it's more stable, but in saying that, like, we haven't played with some of the guys that are probably going to play. So I feel like when the Origin boys are away and they come back that weekend, they back up. We've been training together for ages, so it's sort of easy, and we can fill them in on a few things. But I think it's just more excitement than anything.
Yeah.
With the
are you going to find a balance of not trying to give them too much to do, but also reassuring them that what they've done, them getting them here is enough, and trying to find that blend of that. So it can be tough at times, and I guess you never actually know if it's worked or not. But when we look at our previous performances, it wasn't Origin period, but Cowboys game last year, I think everyone that got their chance that game did themselves proud, and that's what makes us excited. Is just like we know they can do it, but it's just like how can we give them the message that you can do it, and I'm sure it'll be no different this week with whoever comes in and takes a role, but probably being familiar again, going up to Townsville. A lot of them done it last year, so you have that residual, I guess, confidence and reassurance that you can do it and travel that far and play a good game of footy. So,
I think the one good thing is like we know, like you said, we know who's going to be here and playing. So we got a week to train. So I think that's the bonus we get. Where if the Origin boys are coming back, we don't really know until after the game. So we've got a couple of days of training. So I'm sure Belzer can cook up a team for us, and then we get to work on the training paddock and hopefully take it into the game.
Mm-hmm. There's still a few. I think team lists are out
today. What's today?
Today, but still a few. We haven't had a training session yet.
So
a few boys need to get through tomorrow, and then see how we go. Townsville, what date? Saturday?
Saturday, yep. Saturday night, 7:30, I think.
Yep.
Saturday night, 7:30. So we got lots of fans up in Townsville, so it'll be good to see up there and hopefully continue the streak going and hopefully plenty of tries for Try
some
July.
Sally's celebrations.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. We usually do our tips about this time now. So, Toddy, you're in Munster's seat today.
Yeah, right. Is that a good thing or bad thing?
He's struggling, so
right.
It's only up for you.
So it's pretty much no pressure. Like, no, you just tip whoever you want to tip because, he's slowly getting there, but he's
struggling. But I think Dave, you got our updates there.
Yes. So, Money was sort of back to his regular ways last week after a good week the week before. He got 5 from 9. He locked the Wars, so didn't get that one. Hughesey also 5 from 9. Locked the Knights. That wasn't actually, they came pretty close.
Nah, KP going off didn't help. It was late.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Pappy back ahead now, 7 from 9, including getting the Panthers lock.
What a start to the week.
Damn it.
What a start to the week.
Yeah, you only got the Eels and the Titans wrong.
Yeah, and I thought I'd tip the Dragons too. Did I tip Titans?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were confident too, I think.
Was I?
Yeah.
Who they play? Cowboys, yeah.
Cowboys, yep. Munn was the only one that tipped the Cowboys.
Oh, well, still back in front.
Yep. Pappy back in front, 86. Hughesy just 1 behind now on 85.
Oof.
And then Daylight and then Munster on 75.
10 behind. That's like
okay.
2
That's
rounds.
taking all the pressure off.
Toddy,
that we need to get 0.
Better, guess who we tipped round 1?
No,
Para.
against us.
That's where he went wrong.
He fell off straight away.
Yeah.
He was around to get ground.
Did you know they were playing us?
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was going through. So. Wasn't great for him.
No.
So, all right, we'll go through this way, give a little bit of review of each games or preview, and then put our tips in.
Yep.
Dave gives us a countdown.
Is it a short week this week?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, shorter.
Heaps of buys?
What are we?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. Plus, we'll tip Origin as well.
Do you want to do that now or next week?
Well, we'll do it now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's how we've usually done it. Yeah.
I get that anyway. No one's going to, apart from Toddy, no one's going to change their mind, no.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Friday night, 8 p.m. Dogs versus Broncos in Sydney, and Dogs are favourites. But Dogs will have a lot of outs. Broncos will have a few as well.
Yeah.
So no Origins players play this week, yeah?
No.
None, yeah.
Plus Reece Walsh, 18th man. So he
is he not playing or playing?
He's not playing.
Oh.
Pretty sure, unless Letzy releases him. But
so then who's out?
Payne, Paddy, Reece, Senna, Shibasaki.
Yeah, that was we haven't spoken about the Origin teams yet.
Yeah.
In Sydney.
And then
Dogs
Crichton, King, Carraz.
Yeah.
He's 18th man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kurt Man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's a lot of outs.
Oh, this is tough. Who'd you say is favourites?
Bulldogs are favourites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Bulldogs-Panthers game last week was a great game. I don't know if you guys watched that.
No, I didn't watch it, but I heard it was a top quality game.
Yeah, very defensive.
Yeah, what was the score? 8-6, like.
8-6.
All right, I think.
I think I'm good.
Yep. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Broncos lock.
Oh! Wow.
Damn it.
Wow. So everyone on the Broncos?
Did you say Bronx too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Tony's old club.
Upset.
Mm.
Yeah.
One of them.
Hang on, what's the lock?
So you
Double
choose
points.
an underdog.
Oh, right.
It's double points.
Oh, and they have to be underdog?
Yeah, they have to be. So
Okay.
Dior should tell us the underdog.
Yep. Saturday, 5:30 in Canberra, Raiders, Dragons, and Raiders are favourites. Big Papa not playing.
Yeah, he's back.
Raiders, Dragons, Raiders favourites. Yeah.
Yep.
Papa,
All right.
Young out.
Papa and Hudson, yeah.
Is that it?
Mhm.
That's it, eh?
Yep.
Is Taps playing? Did you see his finger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Ready to go?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Raiders.
Everyone on Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday, 7:30 in Townsville, Cowboy Storm. Storm are favourites.
Is that the only game on Saturday?
No, the Raiders was 5:30.
Oh, jokes. I thought that was Friday. Yeah, sweet. I'm good.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Storm.
Nice.
Lock. Net.
So the 2 games left, yeah?
Yep. 2 games left.
2 games to
I
lock.
need to go on underdog. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Sunday, 2 p.m. Allianz Stadium, Roosters, Tigers, and Roosters are quite heavy favourites, but they will be missing a handful of players. Lindsay, Robert Toyer,
Crichton's
Lenu?
Gus.
Crichton,
Spencer.
Benju. Yeah.
And then,
I've still got Teddy, eh? Teddy's playing.
then Tigers. No.
Tigers got heaps out, I think. Uppy got knocked out last week.
Yeah.
They look really. I watched a bit of their game. They look out of sorts.
They've lost a few in a row, eh? Have you looked at like the losses they've had though?
Nah,
They've been all quite like tight.
close. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they only lost by 4 to the Raiders.
Yeah, true. That was I watched a bit.
Yeah,
of that
lost by 4 to Penrith as well.
game.
Yeah, so some close games.
Yeah, they're missing
Got some
a few
good young
now, man. I
guns,
think
but-
Buller's still out.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're missing nearly their whole normal spine. But
Uh-huh.
if you want to lock them, brother, Mun needs something. I don't know if that's it, but yeah, I'm sweet.
Have we all gone the same?
It's been
This is
yeah,
not
we
gonna
have,
help, mate,
mate.
is it?
Yeah.
Nah.
Righto.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Tigers.
Roosters.
Lock.
Oh,
Come on, man.
this could be the turning point. Probably not, but could be.
Yeah. All right. The last game on Sunday, Manly versus Souths at Brookie, and Manly are favourites.
Oh,
So you
that's
wanted
good
to-
against us. Do your homework.
Yeah.
Anyway.
South Manly at Brookie.
Oh, it's at Brookie.
Trail's
Yeah.
out.
No
Yeah.
Trell.
Just him. Who's Manly? No one, eh?
I don't think so. Yeah. DCE and Turbo not picked.
No.
Ola Kawatu's still injured.
Yeah, he's still injured, but. Oh.
Is Keon in the squad?
Oh, yeah. Did he get named? I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
Don't think so. No.
He's been playing well, too.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Manly.
Manly.
Did you
Nice.
say? Manly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, there's
no
not going to be
changes
not.
to see.
We mean, Origin.
Origin, yeah.
Yeah, Origin as well. Yeah, let me see. I feel like New South Wales are
Oh, I
favourites,
should have.
but let me double check. Yep, New South Wales are favourites.
Yep.
Yeah, you should
Everyone
lock
seems
Queens
they're
in.
locked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Queensland.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Munn tipped the Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks.
He's done it. He's done it twice in a row.
He's picked it for him
Did
as
he?
well.
Yeah. but he got it wrong.
Well, yeah, Munn said that was his motivation for the man of the match performance.
Yeah.
That's what he was showing Bill on the headphones.
On the headphones. Look, they tipped against us. Means tipped against us, the bastard. Got him riled up. So,
hopefully we are. Well, I guess we're going to be the same.
Yeah, we can't
That's
move.
going to be a
Did we go everything? Oh, no, just the Origin.
different.
And just the lock, different locks.
No, we're the same.
Nah, we're in the same lot.
Oh, did you lock? Oh, you both locked the Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's pretty much Origin.
Down the Origin for you to level it up.
Mm.
Or me go.
This could be Munn's weeks to come back if you guys both tank it.
Yeah, nice. Good chat.
Yeah, we'll see.
What are we up to now, Peppy?
Better be a big fan of the week.
Better.
Getting to that time again for the mid-strengths. Origin time. You got yours for this week, Jerome.
Yes. I feel like we've talked about him heaps, but my right edge brethren, Ali Katoa. Yeah, pretty freakish what he was able to do. But I think the thing is, what you brought up, Paps, is I'm a big fan of seeing him do it at training. Like, I know Bells is big on that. Don't do something in the game that you don't practice at training. And we pretty much seen Al do both of those. While the catches, for one, he went up and nearly took one of our coaches out at training one day last week. And
Nearly took out Billy.
Yeah, nearly took out Bill.
Bill was doing
fullback.
pose, and
Yep.
Billy went up for a catch, and Lily comes flying through and bumps him
And
out of the
bumped him,
way.
yeah, and they done a collision. So
Probably the exact same blade of grass that he caught the ball that Kennedy.
it would have been around like the same
spot.
on the field
Yeah.
that we done it. And then that long border like Sewer. Obviously Sewer didn't score, but that's a tough ball to throw, but you see Ali do it at training a lot. So
And the dropouts, catches.
yeah, he just catches everything. I remember saying they kept going short to him, but teams keep going short to him. I'm just thinking, what? Obviously their best attackers on their left side, but Al catches everything. He sometimes doesn't even get off the ground, and he's just
His hands
just
are
claw
just
up there,
huge.
just go.
He's got massive hands.
Yeah, he's Kawhi Leonard. So, and also he's been recognised for his off-field stuff.
Ken Stevens.
He's been nominated for that for his all his work off-field as well, and I think he's one of the boys that went to the hospital today after training. So I know him, Kingy, Moe, Jonah, a few of the boys went out to the hospital to see some of the kids. So, I think that's cool. Just what he done on the field, but also being recognised for the stuff he does off the field as well. So, shout out to Al.
Beautiful. Eli Katoa, it's probably his third big fan of the...
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to give it to him, but it's kind of hard not to give it to him. He deserves it, but
I'm a big fan
I
too.
feel like I'm picking him nearly every week. So,
Toddy?
Big fan. I'm a big fan of a lot of things, Pat. I see a whole lot of I see a whole lot of joy around in the world, and big fan of a lot of things. But if we're talking current events and current topics, I don't know how across it you are, but Glastonbury Festival was last week, and really big fan of the Lewis Capaldi comeback video. Really, really great to see. It stirred up a lot of emotions in me watching it, actually. So for those playing at home, I guess, Lewis Capaldi, the singer, performed at Glastonbury in 2023, I think it was, and really struggled on stage. I think he's got Tourette's and some tics and that sort of stuff. Yeah, a whole lot of everything, and he's been struggling for a long time. And that performance in 2023 was hard to watch, but beautiful at the same time with the way the crowd sort of helped him out get through it and all that. It was great. And then so anyway, fast forward a couple of years and Glastonbury Festival's just been won and run, and that was his comeback. And he come back on stage and looks a whole lot better and healthier, I think, but then come on stage and to see the crowd support him, and the humans in the crowd just genuinely be good people and support the support they showed for him, and the love and that they showed from the crowd was awesome. There's a whole lot of bad stuff going on and around in the world, and there's a whole lot of good human beings. So to see that love go his way, big fan of that, Paps.
Big fan. He's also got a doco out on Netflix, which goes through his struggles and everything. It's amazing. Really good watch. So
yeah, okay.
Ties all together. I want to watch him in concert probably 21 or 22. It was in a little hall thing not far from here in North Melbourne.
True.
Really?
And I didn't know it at the time, but like that's when he was at sort of the peak of his anxiety and Tourette's, and wasn't until the doco come out that they have footage from that concert. I'm like, I wouldn't have thought anything.
Yeah,
and then Glastonbury 23.
Yeah.
And then to come back now. So he does have a doco out.
Yeah, right.
I think it's on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. But
give it a watch.
One to check
Yeah,
out.
there's a whole lot of heartache obviously going on behind that video, but to see that was big fan. Awesome.
Big fan, Lewis. Massive fan. And my big fan of the week is Stick, a TV show on, I think it's Apple TV. Stick. So with Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not really big in my TV shows, but Wishy's tipped me onto this one. It's about a pro golfer whose career's gone by him. Some tragedy happened, but he notices a young kid at the driving range who's got some talent, decides to take him under his wing and
helps him out.
They do some good things. So episode 6 it's up to, season 1, and episodes are getting released weekly at the moment. So
So you're up to date? You watched the first 6?
Yeah, up to date. Every Wednesday it comes out, and hanging out for tomorrow's episode.
Is it a bit weird, Wishy's recommendation? Is it?
Well, so I told him, I said, Wishy, if you give me a recommendation, if it's no good, you're burnt for life.
Yeah, you're done.
That's it.
Don't recommend anything else.
That's it. I don't watch many movies, don't watch many TV shows. So if you give me one that's rubbish, you're done.
Yeah.
But it's good. Very good.
It's good.
So, Stick for those looking for a new TV show. You don't have to like golf either. You can. It's a good, feel-good TV series. So there you go. That's my big fan of the week. Dior, you've got ours there for the merch pack giveaway.
Yep. Merch pack giveaway. So this week, the question we put out was in honor of our fallen friend, Sewer, who was on his way to scoring a great try, as we know, and got injured. So the question was, when has an injury stopped you from achieving greatness? Much like Sewer. So
there we go. So
this will be some goodies.
Yeah, we've got 3. We'll narrow it down to 3 because we don't have a lot of time, but let's have a listen.
Chama Butters.
Hey, boys. Emmett from Brisbane here, aka Hughesey's lookalike. The time when injury stopped me from greatness was October last year. I was planning on doing the greatest cheers in the grand final. Had the full Hughesy get up, headgear, jersey, all that stuff. But woke up that day feeling a bit of back pain, got on the plane, spent time before the game, kind of killing time, walking around Sydney with a backpack on. My back pain became chest pain, neck pain, and breathing issues. Still went to the grand final, cheered my lungs out, mana waves, all that, smashing tinnies. However, still in pain after the game, went back to the hotel, couldn't get a good night's sleep, flew home the next day, spent Monday, a lot of pain. So I said, all right, if I still feel sore Tuesday, go to the doctor. I did. He sent me for x-ray. Turns out, collapsed lung. So I spent a week in hospital. So I couldn't cheer my greatest. Anyways, big fan, boys. Keep it up.
Wow. Emmett, was it?
Yeah, Emmett from Brizzy.
Collapsed lung, going to a grand final.
And still charged on with everything. Smashing tins, you reckon? Mana waving.
Oh, no. Wow.
I don't know what that feels like, but it can't feel good.
Doesn't sound good.
No.
You ever had a collapsed lung, Toddy?
No. Andrew Johns played the 97 grand final with a collapsed lung, so to speak.
I would play on then.
So, that's come from him, so it's probably a porky. But I got an injection before the game and doctor pieced his lung, apparently.
Ooh, actually, I have heard that. Yeah, it can be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's leading at the moment.
That's solid. That's
I feel like there is also something that's so uniquely blokey about having an injury like that, but just being like, I reckon it'll be all right.
Yeah,
I'll go to the doctor tomorrow.
Yeah. Sore back, sore chest. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
backpack on.
All right, next one.
This isn't my injury story. This is my wife's. So my wife has just started playing cricket last season. And she was on a roll. She was making really good runs this game. I think it was her 5th game. Her stud got caught in the ground and she twisted and heard a pop in her knee. Continued on for the next 15 overs and made the most runs of her career. Came off the field, said, oh, my knee hurts. And it was a little bit swollen. I said, Bill Bridge, move on. She went back out there for another 5 overs, bowled for an over, realised it wasn't great. We went to the doctors in the hospital, realised she'd had a torn meniscus, a grade 3 torn meniscus, and needed emergency surgery.
Oh.
if that doesn't stop her, nothing will really.
Oh, wow. See, I've had a low-grade torn meniscus, and
that was
shit
sore?
hurts.
Yeah. Grade 3. And being able to, like, when you think about it, you're playing cricket and you're batting, you got to run.
Yeah, and you're turning.
And like, it's not, they would have the pads and all that on, would they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
a pretty big
That's
effort.
tough.
Mm.
And then being able to bowl as well.
That's
tough.
Yeah, I can relate to that a little bit. And that would have been hard.
All right, last one here. This one, if you're a bit squeamish when it comes to injuries, maybe mute it, but it's not too bad. Let's have a listen.
There's just no visual. Visual's the word.
Big fan. Shout out to Munster. Let's go, Queensland. One more game. I'm Ethan from Christchurch. It's in Queensland. It's not New Zealand. But my injury before greatness would be when I was playing high school basketball. We had a basketball tournament on and we're warming up for the semi-final for the tournament. Our team was looking pretty good, looking to win the whole thing. And I'd say I was playing pretty good myself. And just some warm-ups, went up for a dunk, and I came down for my dunk and my mouth was hurting. A lot of blood was coming out. So I put my hand over it and, lots of blood on my mouth. And then I had to have a wee feel, and my 2 front teeth actually shot up because they got caught in the net. So obviously I couldn't play and I had to go to the hospital, get surgery. I had to pull them out, put them back in, and have like a wee brace for about a month. And the team didn't win the semi-final or the final. But if I was there, I reckon we could have won. But that's my injury. Shout out to the boys.
Yeah,
damn.
Humble. Anything to do with like mouth or teeth?
Yeah. Getting caught on things.
So what happened?
So he went up and dunked, and then his teeth must have got caught in the net, and it would have like pulled it up into his. Well, that's what I'm getting from it. Is that right?
So they would have.
So he would have come down. Yeah, it would have went up into his. That's.
Well, to be honest, like the first 2 stories, they didn't stop greatness. He went to the grand final and she finished her innings. This poor bloke missed the final.
Yeah.
And his teeth pushed through his forehead. So
and they ended up losing. So and he was playing pretty well, like he said. So
that's where I'm lying at the moment, I think.
Yeah. If you want to
count us in, and we'll have a vote.
Say 1, 2,
3, 2, 1,
3.
3.
Yeah, very. I feel sorry for you, mate. Feel sorry for the other 2 as well. But
I reckon those other 2 are they're just tough buggers. They're tough buggers. They still achieved greatness.
Here's the
through tough times where the bro, he had to pull out of the tournament, so stop them from achieving greatness. But shout out to all of them.
Hopefully his 2 front teeth are all right, and hopefully the other 2 patients are all good as well.
Healed well.
Yep. Get some straws to drink his better beer prize back.
Yeah, that sounds good. Might help with the pain.
Yeah.
No, thanks for sending them in. That was very, very good. I don't know what next week's one is yet, but I'm sure you'll be cooking up something, Dave. So
we'll find something good.
Yeah, beauty. Okay, listeners' question of the week time.
So were they just all toddies or what?
Yeah, so we've got questions for
love
Toddy.
It.
Actually, can I ask one first? This is a personal one. Speaking of Dan DePasqua, he was telling me about 2012 grand final. There was a little bit of a mishap in the lead up to it with was it your calf?
Oh yeah.
You want to explain that little story?
Want to hear about it? Yeah. Well, I suppose it's actually quite a segue from our last segment, perhaps. Really, yeah. So basically, long story short, but captain's run on what's the Olympic Stadium called now? Accor. Captain's run on Accor Stadium. We used to do a thing where we'd finish our session, and then right at the end of the session, we'd just roll the whole team all in, up and back, up the field, back. It was sort of Smithy's thing that he just used to do. Everyone in. It was a bit of a muck around, but sort of everyone just used to have a carry and run hard, and just it was a bit of a fun way to sort of finish training, but a bit of a rolling ruck sort of thing. And so we'd done, rolled up and back, and on the way back, I'd pop my calf.
So this is captain's run over grand final.
Captain's run grand final. So Saturday afternoon before the Sunday grand final in 2012. And yeah, so I sort of pulled up straight away, walked to the side of the field, went and grabbed one of the physios, tried to sort of run it off, and I went, this is not good. This is not happening. So I missed the meeting afterwards where, you know, Smithy got everyone in, and, you know, missed all the after training sort of shenanigans of enjoying the moment and all the rest of it. And I couldn't get going again. I was not good. So I went inside, got some treatment, went straight to get a scan. Saturday afternoon of a long weekend in Sydney, trying to get a scan in Parramatta. Finally got one little something in the calf. And yeah, the next sort of 20 hours, I guess, was pretty horrific for me. I couldn't, you know, I could only sort of just walk, really. I was no good. And yeah, sat up all night. The physio, I sort of slept half the night in the physio's room. He treated me a lot, gave me some sort of neural relaxing sort of medication, which helped a bit. But yeah, I was gone. Made the phone call I had all my family coming in, so I didn't have the guts to call them and tell them. But I spoke to my wife Sally and told her that I wasn't going to play. I was out. I sort of broke down to her on the phone and everything. I thought that I was done. So that night we had the jersey presentation and everything, and I just thought that I wasn't going to play. I didn't want to tell too many people because I was trying to, you know, manifest and believe that I was going to play. But I just, you know, looking back, I wasn't really present in those things, so I sort of missed a fair bit of the stuff that goes on around the grand final. So, yeah, I wasn't really present because all I was thinking was I'm not going to play here. And had a fitness test the next morning, and I went down the park when the boys went to play cricket, Teds versus Yobbos. I missed that, so I went down and it was still really sore, but I could manage to sort of get into a bit of a jog. I was sort of just trying to will my way through it, and I made the decision that if I wasn't right to play, I wasn't going to play. I wasn't going to put the team in jeopardy, but it still wasn't great, but it was enough to get running. And let's say I'm glad we warmed up indoors that day, because I reckon if we had warmed up outside on the field, I don't know if I would have got through it. But we warmed up indoors with joggers on, and as you know, you can't really sort of do a whole lot in there. And yeah, I don't know, once we got going, I just sort of put it out of my mind and was on a little bit of medication and just sort of got going with it. And although I was never going to let the team down, I didn't want to miss an opportunity to you know, be involved in another grand final. So I went out and played and won, and the rest is history.
Wow.
How good.
What, how many minutes did you play at grand final? Do you remember?
About 60.
60.
Yeah.
You know, it's not bad.
Finished calf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strained calf.
And obviously, not many people a lot of people would know, but probably a lot of our listeners wouldn't know, but you're actually at Parramatta in the 2009 grand final, playing for Parramatta.
Against
the Storm. And we sort of all know what happened there with the salary cap controversy bit. It was 2011 you came to the Storm?
2010.
Yeah, straight the year after.
The year after.
Yeah.
And
about a month after.
Yeah.
And then
salary cap thing hit.
Told you're not playing for points.
But
and then
yeah.
Making the grand final a couple of years later.
Yeah.
So earning it, yeah.
Let's talk about that quickly. I probably had enough talking about it, but it's a very unique situation to be in, where you're at a team that loses a grand final to a team that's deemed to be cheating, and then you end up at that club the year later not playing for points. So how do you...
Yeah, it was challenging. I think, you know, getting... as you said, I'd made the decision to actually come down here the week of the grand final. I decided that I was going to come to Melbourne, and we sort of didn't tell anyone, obviously, until after the game. And, you know, that wasn't a great experience. Obviously, losing a grand final, you dream as a kid, you know, you only ever dream of winning grand finals, and it never once enters your mind that you might lose one. So to lose one, you know, dealing with those emotions and feelings was very weird, because you sort of don't ever visualize that at all. So to deal with that was tough. And then, to move down to Melbourne a couple of months later, and then turn up to preseason training and just see posters and videos of the Premiership, of the grand final win, myself taking a show, all the rest of it, and just to constantly see replays of highlights of the grand final all off season and everything was not much fun. But And then to, about whatever it was, around 6 or so, that the whole salary cap stuff came down. I pretty quickly realised that I was in a pretty unique situation, obviously from playing with Parramatta a few months beforehand. But, I guess I made it really clear early on that, the past is the past, and I'm part of the Melbourne Storm now, and I'd been through a pre-season with the boys, and we'd played the start of that year, and I was pretty keen to make sure that the boys knew that I was in this with them, and I sort of don't look back too often. I don't really see too much benefit in looking at the past too much and what's going on. So I like to look forward a lot, and although it sucked, there wasn't really anything I could do about it apart from be an integral part of the team and, help to get us through a really tough time. And I hope that I did that. And then, to then go through those tough times. And then what sort of gets understated is we lost 8 or 9 players that year. And I think half a dozen of them were internationals or state of origin players and everything. 2010. Yeah. So, and we had to, because the club was well and truly over the cap. So we had to shed that amount of players. And, 2011, when we, with all due respect to all of us guys that were in that 2011 team, we won the minor premiership the following year. Unfortunately, we didn't go on with it and win the grand final, which would have been a fantastic redemption story. But, to win the minor premiership, which, as you guys know, is really, really difficult to do. You've only got to have a few things go right at the end of the year to win a grand final, but to be the best team after 26 or 27 rounds is, the consistency that takes is incredible. So to finish that following year with the minor premiership, I still see as the one that got away. But yeah, to win it in 2012 was, I can't really say it was redemption, but it was certainly, nice after what we had and I'd been through for the last couple of years.
Of it. Crazy story. Dave, did you want to grab into...
All right. Yeah, we got a few here. Let's get some clowns out of the way first. We have Grant Anderson asking, what's the best tanning oil?
He's still filthy. He got dropped. What is it, though?
Okay.
Is he asking Toddy or Paps?
Is he asking Paps? Paps is very tanned at the moment.
Yeah, that's the Hawaii. Jonah Pezzett, worst and best player to coach?
These are for me, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Worst, obviously, GA.
Obviously, GA, yeah.
GA is the worst. I don't know. I can't really answer that. I probably could, but nah.
Who would you actually, can I frame that question a bit differently? Out of our playing squad at the moment, who would you most see yourself in your playing days?
Who reminds you of you?
Who reminds me of me?
Sewer?
Nah. I reckon, he's far better than I ever was, but I reckon I see a lot of Trent in myself or myself in Trent or whatever. He's he's certainly now a rucky that, can use the ball a little bit and has a fair bit of skill when he can and when he wants to, and when you boys allow him to, he can certainly pass the ball a little bit. He's pretty aggressive. I sort of like to play with a bit of aggression in my day, although it probably doesn't appear that way. I like to think I did. I used to try and go at Blakes a little bit. So yeah, probably. And he's obviously a lock. I was a lock here. So, and for most of my career. So, if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Trent.
Nice.
All right, Dunn43 has asked, who was your favourite teammate at the Storm and why was it Aiden Tolman?
Big Toll. I'm probably disappointed I didn't get to play with Toll a bit more often. He was one of those guys that unfortunately had to leave in 2010, but great fellow, really, really good guy, Toll. A hell of a lot of respect for Aiden Tolman and certainly what he went to do with his career once leaving the Storm. It's just a shame that he couldn't have done it at the Storm, because I know if given the choice, he probably would have. My favourite teammate, that's a really hard question. I obviously played with some wonderful players here. I mean, Brian Norrie was my roommate when I was here, and we'd very different but sort of similar journeys. Once we were here, and he was my roommate, so as you boys know, he spent a lot of time on the road. So Noz was quite good. I don't know. That's a tough question. Play with so many good people. Yeah,
take Noz.
Yep. All right, we'll do 2 more questions. This one is from Wizcombelliam, and they ask, they said, ask Toddy how he got the nickname Shed Wrecking Todd from his days at Newcastle.
Here we go.
Would you know who? What's his name again?
What's his name?
Wizcombelliam. That's the Instagram name.
Yeah, right.
Liam Wizcombe is the actual name.
Oh, yes. I know Wiz. Wiz, yeah. Wiz a player I coached at West Rosellas in Newcastle. So prior to coming to the Storm, I coached the West Rosellas in Newcastle in the main competition down there. So, but no, I'm a bit intrigued by his question. I'm not sure where to go with that.
So you know nothing about it?
There's
no comment.
No comment. No comment. Boys in the country like to have a beer, and sometimes it gets out of hand. So.
Yeah.
There's also a few questions here, clearly from West Rosellas people, asking how much of a pest Lockie Bull is.
Yeah, big pest. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the piss or off the piss?
Both. And actually, big fan of the show, boys.
Is he?
Big fan of Munster and big fan of the show.
Yeah, Lockie. Shout out Lockie.
Shows how weird Lockie Buller is.
All right. We'll finish this off. What was your favourite moment or memory from footy?
Oh, wow. Again, that's a really hard question to answer. I'm very grateful for everything that was in my career. Very fortunate to have, although the dream was to only ever play for one club, and the romance behind being a one club player, I ended up playing for 5, and I took a whole lot away from each one of those clubs, and I don't regret any of them, because certainly they shaped the person I am today and the way I live my life. And, I'd like to thank all of those clubs for my time there. But, it's hard to go past a grand final victory, 2012, that we spoke about previously. It's obviously hard to go past that as an accolade, I guess personally, but also that you share it with a lot of great mates. So those team achievements are certainly a highlight. But yeah, I had a great time in my career. Would have done some things different, would have done some things the same. Very fortunate to be still involved in the game, and a lot of great mates, a lot of good times. Very, very fortunate.
Coaching long term?
At the moment.
Is that the goal, NRL?
Head coach? At the moment. Who knows? It's an interesting game, so we'll. That's where we are now, and we'll see where that goes.
Well, fair enough. I think, like I said, you're a great player in your time, but I think how you've come out now and coach, and you've helped us as a leadership group, and especially the development boys. It's all good raps coming back from them about how much care and want to be in the program and develop their game. So. We appreciate you, Toddy. We appreciate you for coming on today, but we appreciate the work you do behind the scenes. You probably don't get the accolades you deserve. You're a very different thinker for sure. Like we said, very talented player, won a premiership, and I'm sure you're going to do great things as a coach going forward. So thank you for coming on today. We do appreciate it. Hopefully our fans watching loved it as well. We really appreciate your time, Toddy. So thanks for coming on, and that's us, episode 20.
Done.
Good luck, Munster. Only Munster.
Go Queensland.
Actually, no, we've still got another week, don't we?
Yeah, I'll wear my Queensland jersey in next week.
Thanks for coming on, Toddy. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you.